What is good, y'all? SGG game, man. We are back with another Reds rebuild here, and today we're gonna try to get straight to the draft. And we've been talking about it for a couple episodes, but we're really about to speed our way through it, get to the first draft, so that way we can go ahead and wrap our heads around what the future of this team will look like. Now, before we get into the video, go ahead and leave a like, comment down below what you guys are thinking of the series and different ways I can improve it. But let's just go ahead and get straight into the episode. Now, here you can see we have Toronto and San Francisco, the Cubs and Boston kind of leading into the draft. What we'll do is just do critical situations till we get to that point. And here we got our first one here against Toronto. We are down 3-2. Tyler Stevenson, one of our hottest hitters, up at the plate. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, runners at first and second. And after swinging and missing at the first pitch, he will fly this one out to right field, and this will get down for a base hit. We're going to send the runner on home, so the throw will come in and not be in time. It is a tie ball game just like that, 2 pitches in. And next up, we have Joey Votto taking a low pitch there, going up 3-1, looking to try to put this game away, and he will walk on the first base. I wouldn't want to pitch to him either, but that brings up a just as dangerous Mike Moustakas with the bases loaded now. 2 outs, and he would ground out to first base, hit off his glove, and he will get there with enough time to throw him out. It looks like we'll have to go to the bottom of the ninth and look to see if we can keep this game going. Got Art Warren in, who's one of my favorite relievers to pitch with. Honestly, he's very good at getting outs, especially getting strikeouts and just eating up innings. You know, a lot of times you'll see him get 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4 innings. As today could be one of those days where we ask a lot out of him here. Gets a grounder over to shortstop, and that'll take us into extra innings to where we'll see if we can go ahead and fight to get a victory. Nick Senzel up. Runner at second, that'll be a ground ball over to third base. He will glove it, throw over to first, and that will be an out. Just barely getting Nick, almost had the speed to get there, and we will see a new reliever, Adam Simber, coming to the game to try to settle this down and get the final 2 outs. After a walk over to first, Fran will swing and miss, and we'll have runners at the corners, 2 outs, and that will be a line drive out to right field, but right to the right fielder, as it'll take us to the bottom of the 10th now, with Toronto with a chance to walk this off. Runner at second, and we're relying on Art Warren once again. Fly ball to center field. Senzel under it. He will throw to third as the runner will try to advance. The throw looks accurate, and it will get him. 2 outs on that play, flying into a double play there, and now there is no threat of a runner coming back in. So we will jump to the top of the 11th. Base hit up the middle, and that should bring the runner around home. The throw will come in and be in time. Just a half step too slow by Fram at second base. And we are unable to try to get a lead here. This is a little dribbler over the third. Nice easy throw to first, and we'll go to the bottom of the 11th. Can Toronto walk it off? Will we see 12 innings of play here? Art Warren still in the game, looking to close this one out. A little dribbler right back to him, and a nice easy throw. But now the runner is at third, 1 out, 90 feet away from winning this ball game. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will take ball number 1 from Art Warren. A 300 average with runners in scoring position. This is exactly who they want up in a situation to win the game. But we see a 1-2 count coming through, and that'll be a fly ball out to Drury. He will get under it, come running in, and it'll be a play at the plate for the ball game. The throw is up the line, and the tag will not get there. Toronto walks it off. They will do exactly what they need to. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with the sac fly walk-off out to right field. Drury just didn't have the arm strength, not the everyday right fielder. The throw was up the line, and they are able to go ahead and get the victory. Now we come into critical situation number 2, up against San Francisco in the bottom of the 9th. Score tied at 3-3. Can Cincinnati now lead with their own walk-off? Kyle Farmer coming into the game, obviously runner at second. I like that little graphic there too, the showing of the win percentages and how you see the little circle kind of move up and down as the game goes on, as different people have a chance to win. I mean, obviously, runner at second puts us at a very good position to win this. It's just all about, do you want to try to bunt him over, and the bunt does not work. He can't pull it back. That fastball was nowhere near the zone, and then he will swing and miss on the slider just outside. Aquino up next, and that'll be a liner up the middle. Base hit to center field. Will they test it this time? No test. Throw up the line. But I think he still probably gets the tag in time there. So they will bring in Jonathan India, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, batting .291 in the season with 23 RBIs in a clutch situation to go ahead and win this ball game. First pitch that he will see coming from Camilo will be a ball out the zone. You have runners at the corners. a very clutch hitter up. You have to feel good about your chances of being able to get at least that runner from third over. All it takes is a sac fly. 48 speed, so it's got to be mid to deep in the outfield. Dribbler over the second base, and that should do it because there will be no play for a double play, and that is a walk-off ground out from Jonathan India. 2 walk-off outs that we've had to see back-to-back. It doesn't matter how you get the runs as long as you get them. And with that basically being said, man, there were really no other critical situations that we had to face, so we will get into the draft. Cincinnati didn't do too bad last year. We'll pick around 17 in the first round. I think we do have a competitive balance pick. If I remember, yeah, we have the number 1 pick in the competitive balance round A. We have the 14th pick in round 2, but then for the rest of the draft, it will just be the 17th pick. So I don't know if maybe we made a trade with St. Louis and for our second round pick. We will just be picking a little bit higher in that case and scenario. But let's just go ahead and get into the draft and see who will be the first ever draft pick of the entire Cincinnati Reds series. Kind of going back and getting a look, you see a lot of 80 potential players, some high schoolers, some 4-year guys. As terms of what we are looking for, our options, we've got Brad Parks here going number 1. Y'all see that beard though? That boy got a very long beard. But getting into our picks finally, you see, I feel like we did a pretty good job of getting a lot of high talent scouted out. Maybe doing a little bit of job filling out the rest of it. But Robert Espinoza here, I liked him. 75 potential, decent power, decent contact, better in his fielding and speed. Then we got Ishmael Cosmo, who would come in and be a very good contact hitter at third base. Also got Jonathan Tucker here at first base, coming in with power, which is something that I want to feel with Joey Votto getting older. He's only 19 years old. The potential just wasn't there. The Orlando Cardona at first base, 80 potential, 20 years old. Power is mid-tier, contact is really high. We got Doug Granger, also 80 potential left fielder with a lot of power, a lot of contact. Brian Almara, right fielder, 70 potential, good power, good contact. There's a lot of potential options here to be good right off the bat with this first pick. And it's all about what direction do I want to go in. Do I want to go in the outfield? Do I want to go first base? I want to pick somebody who has age, obviously, so we can get a good long career, get them some development, but also somebody that'll come in and have a chance to play right off the bat. So with that being said, I went with Josh Gomez here. I felt like he was the best option. Could come in and play immediately at shortstop in about a year or 2. Just wanted somebody that was MLB ready. Now we're still looking at Doug Granger, Brian Almara with our second pick, because we basically picked back to back. We'll go with Doug Granger here. Getting another outfield arm to patch up with Jay Allen. That could potentially be the future. And you see Brian Almara ended up getting taken by Arizona. So, we will have to play him being in the same conference, but at least not the same division. We dodged a bullet with that one. Now, third pick coming up. And I'm looking at a relief pitcher, Ernest Coyle. Could possibly be something to go after, but I'm still wanting to go with Johnny Tucker here just because I felt like he had a little bit more upside. And I feel like that relief pitcher would be there later. That's also what I'm looking at too, their potential. Because, this draft looks like they're picking off potential. So I look like I could get him a little bit later, which I do end up getting Ernest Coyle as well. But as far as the draft, like I said, I could do better on the back end, getting more high potential players fully scouted. So that way we have picks later on the rounds that will actually make a difference. You see here by the last 2 picks, I didn't have anybody really completely scouted that I wanted to go ahead and get. So we'll end the first year player draft and let's go look at where they are. And it really good off the bat. Josh Gomez and Doug Granger, both very high potentials at 87 and 89. We had Chance Weber, our very last pick, a relief pitcher at 79. Other than that, she kind of fumbled the other 4 picks. But this is exactly what I wanted to do. Get 2 really good high picks with those 2 pretty close, you say top 35 picks. Now, Josh Gomez, I'm not sure you can really account the overall that much being this early, but he's got a 46 overall with the potential of being a high 80. So a lot of work to do with him at shortstop. Thankfully, he's only 19, so we have plenty of time to grow. Doug Granger, though, at 22 years old, already coming in at 75. I mean, dude looks like he could possibly be battling for the roster immediately, honestly. I don't know if I want to have him play, spring training a little bit, or if I want to have him go straight down to AAA or what. But, I mean, he's looking like somebody that could come in and potentially play right off the bat. Now, obviously, we fumbled with Tucker and Coyle, both only having 65 and 52 potential. Don't know if they'll even make the team past like a year, but we'll give them that chance and opportunity to show their stats, because sometimes stats outweigh potential. So I'm really and give into it. So we gave everybody a normal 1-year deal here. And now let's look into the All-Star break. See if we have anybody of any interest that's close to possibly making it. You see Lucas Sims there in closing pitcher, right, number 3 right now. Could have potential of getting in. Tyler Stevenson is catcher number 2. Now, but other than that, I'm surprised that nobody was really that close. Joey Votto just barely out of it. Jonathan India just barely out of it. Mike Moustakas was just barely out of it. I think Aquino even was like closer than I expected. Yeah, look, he's actually on the list. I didn't expect him to be that high. His average is really low. I mean, he's got a considerable amount of home runs, but that average is still just low. Now, coming out of that as well, we are into a new month, so I did look at some of the stats, and I felt like Matthew Nielsen did enough to go ahead and get moved up to the AAA level, so we will be getting to a player lock game with him later. Not his first game, but I do want to get him a player lock game. He will be in the starting rotation, so just going to go ahead and get into the St. Louis game here, though, as I want to go ahead and get a full game in for you guys. You know, we had the draft. It was fun. But let's go ahead and get back on track. We are on a little slide right now, 32-31. Now 4 games back behind St. Louis for the lead. So it'll be a dogfight between us and Milwaukee. It looks like all season, a 3-way fight. Let's go ahead and get into this third game. Tyler Mahel, he's 2-5 this season, a 2.87 ERA, only 65 strikeouts and 78 in the third innings. He's slid basically. You know, he's not playing like an ace. Luis Castillo is playing more like our ace, both record-wise and having a lower ERA. So I do want to see what he will bring into this game. The St. Louis team is really strong. I mean, so far in the series, hitting almost 400 and only giving up 7 runs. But you would think, you know, we got 6 runs in that second game. Just the pitching was terrible. Like I said, the relief pitching is one of our biggest struggles. It seems so far this season. The starters are playing pretty good. The bats are good. So let's just get into this game. Top of the first, Jonathan India leading things off, who's been a great leadoff hitter for us. I've loved the production he's been able to come up with. 9 home runs out of the leadoff spot, looking like Ricky Weeks, Jimmy Rollins of old. So he will take the first pitch into the right field gap, and that'll get back towards the wall and get down off the wall. It'll be an easy leadoff double for him, and a good chance to go ahead and get some runs popping early against St. Louis. Tyler Stevenson, one of our only bats hitting over 300, and he strikes out with the chance to at least move up the runner. So we'll go into Joey Votto, and he will fly this one out deep to left field. Going back about midway on the grass. Now 75 speed is a kind of a lot. So he will test it, but that throw is a laser right on point. No bounce, not even a movement from the third base. And he will tag him out to go into the bottom of the first. Now Tyler Mahel will come in, and he looked pretty sharp today. You know, I can't say I'm mad at anything he was able to do in this game. He was locating his pitches really well, getting a lot of contact outs. Oh, and getting those strikeouts too as well as he sets down the second batter he faces. Now Paul Goldschmidt will come up, 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 count, and he will fly this out to Moustakas. Can he reach? Going back, and he just barely misses it. Giving Goldschmidt another chance to go ahead and get on base, and he will just watch the slider slide his way on into the plate. As we take things to the bottom of the second, Tyler Mahel still dealing. 2-0 count here, and this will be a liner to Naquin, and he takes a bad angle. He will not get it. 94 speed is a lot, and this St. Louis ballpark is big. Throw will come in, and he would just hold him to a triple. I was worried about it inside the park, but now they've got 1 out. Tyler O'Neill at third. Corey Dickinson up at the plate. This will be a fly ball out to right field. McQuinn will glove it, and the throw will have to come into the plate. I don't think he will have enough time as he had to spin in the circle. I don't even know if he would have been accurate if he had to just throw from a standstill. As St. Louis gets their first run of the game to go ahead and take things to the top of the third, but we will skip ahead to the top of the fifth. Not much action in this game, not much offense, a pretty good pitcher's duel, but this will be a liner out to the outfield up against the wall, and another leadoff double here for Cincinnati. And next up, we got Donovan Solano hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position. I mean, he's been one of the best bats, other than Tyler Stevenson, when it comes to actually getting hits. He's hovering around 290. Looks at strike 3 there. And we got Tommy Pham here, which will line out just to left field. Looks like he will be able to glove it and no tag up. Oh, tagging up this time, but he will get back, actually. Tyler Naquin, and that is a liner right to second base. So after getting a leadoff double, it's 1-2-3. Basically, after that, still no runs to score. You know, the bottom of the order for St. Louis has, or not St. Louis, but Cincinnati has been kind of struggling. Maybe finding another bat down there that could still be good. You know, you can't expect all 9 hitters to always be on their game. You can't even expect all of them to hit, you know, above 250. But you have to have those people that can hit when it's needed. Now that will not distract me from the leadoff double that St. Louis just got, already with a chance to maybe extend this lead. But he gets the next batter. He faces the swing and miss, so it'll be 1 out, runner at second base. You got Yadier Molina still in the league, too. I know I've been out of baseball for a while. I can't believe this man is still in the league, still hitting 300 with runners in scoring position, still a great hitter. And that goes just over Joey Votto's glove. Tyler McQuinn will chase after it and will bump against the wall, so a run will score. And I can't believe they disrespected my man and gave him 0 speed, though, as we almost are able to get him going into second base. So it will be an RBI double. You've got Lars coming up next. This is a fly ball out to the seats, and he will not be able to get there. 0-1 count. He's not doing so good with runners in scoring position, so it's exactly who we want up to go ahead and stop the bleeding a little bit here as Tyler Mahell is wheeling and dealing. 1-2 count here coming to Lars, taking high, not able to swing at the upstairs heat. Coming right back with a slider just low, and we're seeing a full count as he's battled his way back into this at-bat. In the driver's seat, full count coming in. It'll be a fly out. Tommy Pham will chase in the left center gap, take it. And even though having a lot of time to throw in the ball, 0 speed ain't getting nowhere. So now we got 2 outs. Yachty is still at second base. And it'll be a grounder over to India. Nice smooth throw over on the 2-0 count. And we will take this into the top of the 6th, not before Yadier Molina extends the lead 2-0 for St. Louis. Can Cincinnati find some at-bats, find some hits to string together to go ahead and get a run across? And that will be a base hit from Jonathan India once again, leading off of Indy with a hit, trying to get this team sparked up. Tyler Stevenson 0 for 2 on the day, not doing too well, but has battled into the 3-1 count. Do you give the green light here? Yes, you do, especially if it's already in the strike zone. Just not enough wood on that one. It'll be a short fly out to center field. Runner will not advance. So next up, we will have Joey Votto coming in. The first pitch he sees is a slider on the inside hands, and that'll be down the line. It'll get into the corner. Jonathan India is going towards third. Base running error by my part. I kept Joey Votto at first, so focused on scoring that first run. But we will get our first run of the ball game. Jonathan India comes around on the RBI single from that clutch man, Joey Votto. So we've got Mike Moustakas up next. Runner at first for him, and a 1-2 count now. Can he tie the ball game or maybe take the lead? It'll be a base hit out to right field, getting in underneath the first base glove. And it'll be first and second, 1 out. And they will bring in their relief pitcher, Alex Reyes. A 19 ERA, so I'm not sure why you'd want to bring him in at a time like this. Low-key, I would take that as a sign of disrespect if I'm any Cincinnati batter, especially Nick Senzel, which will be the first batter that he faces. 0-1 pitch will come in, swing and a miss on the curve ball, hitting 325 with runners in scoring position. We have a lot of guys hitting for high averages when runners are on base. Now, it's getting on base that seems to be the problem, but that'll be a grounder over to third base. He will throw to second. Throw goes on to first, and it'll not be in time. It's a fielder's choice. The inning will continue. And that man, Aristides Aquino, a chance to go ahead and tie the ball game, take the lead with his power. And he'll be facing Alex Reyes. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss at the upstairs heat, trying to take them out of the ballpark just a little bit out of reach. And we'll come back with a fastball just equally out of the zone. 2-1. Fastball right down the middle, not getting the wood on it, though. And this will be a fly out to center field. 1 run does come in the inning to cut the lead in half, thanks to Joey Votto. But we're still playing from behind. And now, going to the bottom of 6, how much longer will Tyler Mahell go? He's 69 pitches in, only 6 1/3 of his way through. But he's starting to lose control here a little bit. 3-0 count, and it'll be a 4-pitch walk, actually, to Paul Goldschmidt. I hate to say that's by design. We've helped keep him off balance all day. There's nobody on base, so I'm starting to think maybe he's getting a little tired here. Missing his locations, missing his spots a little bit. The 1-1 to Nolan Arenado. Another slider out the way, and now we get that tip. Pitcher is tired, so he's coming up on his tired mark. Only giving up 2 runs here, so under normal standards, back when pitchers seemed like had a lot more stamina in old MLB shows, 2 runs, I'd give you at least 8 innings. After the 8th one, you're done. So I want to try to see if he can stretch that far. Save the bullpen, let them get rested, let them be fully rested for when there are bad games that they have to come in and eat up innings. So he is able to go ahead and get out of the 6th at least without too much trouble and battle back from the tiredness. Now we'll go to the bottom of the 7th, though. 2-1 count. Still having to face long at bats, missing with his spot again. 3-1 pitch here coming in. Like I said, nobody on base, no outs. This is only the first person he sees, and this is out to center field. Nick Senzel will run on, coming in close, and he will catch it for the outs. We've got 1 out, 1-2 count here. Harrison coming up. He will foul it off. Another long at bat. We're seeing 5 pitches here, 89 pitches on the whole game, and this will fly out to McQuinn for the second out. Now, can he at least give me 7? If you can give me 7, I might be able to go ahead and get you out of here. You're 90 pitches in. 1-2 count. Swing, and this will ground over to Moustakis, and he misses the ball. Kicks it back up. Thank goodness it's Yadier Molina with 0 speed. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck. So now we will go top of the 8th. 1 out. This is a line drive by Tyler Stevenson going deep into left field, and it's gone! A solo home run for Tyler Stevenson, who's been held cold today. A line shot for his 6th of the season out to left field. Just coming right off the bat and smoothly over the field. Oh, yeah, and by the way, that thing is gone! Solo home run, and the Big Red Machine Cincinnati Reds have tied this ball game up 2-2 in the top of the 8th. Joey Votto coming up next. First pitcher he sees. And this is Brett, so I think it's so far. Relief pitcher that did come in and get the last out in the bottom of the 7th. So this is a entirely new relief pitcher, and he looks like he's throwing the game away, something that Alex Reyes couldn't do as he strikes out Joey Votto for the second out of the inning. Now we've got Mike Moustakas, 1-0 count. He will be back in the driver's seat, 2-0. 2-1 after a questionable four-seamer basically down the middle. We'll see if he tests it again. He does, and that ball is crushed. Mike Moustakas takes the lead for Cincinnati. That ball is gone. 12th home run of the season. I think that puts him in the lead for the team because I think Joey Votto was at either 10 or 11. So now he is leading the team in home runs and leading this team to what looks like could possibly be a victory, as we now have the 3-2 lead. Not back-to-back home runs, but 2 home runs in the inning puts us in the driver's seat now. As you see that red meter looking a little bit more red than blue. Ryan Hensley will come in now, trying to go ahead and stop the bleeding as we have been able to take the lead. And the first person he sees will be an 0-2 ground out to go ahead and take things to the bottom of the 8th, where they will look to try to take this lead back. Justin Wilson will come in the game. 13 games, 12 2/3. Way low on his strikeout numbers, but the ERA is just as low. So strikeouts are going to be down, at least the ERA down. And we haven't seen him come in and pitch so much this series. That's why I wanted to get him in, get a look at him so you guys can see how good he is. And the first person he faces is a ground out on the 1-1 count. So 3 pitches in, already 1 person down. Now, looking like he's got a little bit of control issues here. Only a 3-pitch mix, 4-seam, cutter, slider. So that cutter was his bread and butter, though, getting most of the outs here. That is a base hit up the middle on a 2-0 count. And the tying run is over at first base. Edmonds up next. And they will take off for second base, and he will get in there safely. So now we've got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. 2-1 count, and this will be tip foul. And maybe we got to watch for that speed at second base now. I mean, only 82, so not really worried about him stealing third possibly. But, oh, it looks like he has taken off, and the runner will go, and he will be safe on the strikeout. No strikeout, throw him out, double play to end the inning. Runner will be at third with Paul Goldschmidt coming up. Very dangerous bat. He will ground over to India. Chokes it a little bit there, but he will throw over to Votto to end the 8th inning. And we'll go into the 9th looking for insurance runs. Top of the 9th, Aristides Aquino looking to come up and try to get a leadoff here. Try to extend this game, man. 3-1 game. Donovan Solano is up next. 3-1 count. Swing, and it'll be foul tip. We got a full count. Can he get on base, though? He actually will take the walk. That's got to help that vision. You know, that 24 vision does need to come up a little bit any way possible. So we will see if he's able to get it, and he will steal second base. It'll be a grounder. He'll actually get tagged trying to go to third and throw over to first. Double play there. Maybe a little boneheaded base running there, but I thought he might have been able to get into it. So now we will have Tommy Pham come up. A great line drive there, just right to where the left fielder is. And we'll have to go to the bottom of the 9th. Still up 3-2. Facing the heat of the St. Louis order, we will bring in our closer, Lucas Sims. 13 saves and 14 opportunities, a 2 ERA. Can he look to shut the door here? And the first thing he does is send a fly ball up the center field to Nick Senzel, getting Nolan Arenado out of here, which will give us a little bit better of a chance to get out of this. Tyler O'Neill up next. He had that triple earlier that scored their first run of the game. Lucas Sims looking to wheel and deal. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss on the slider way outside of the zone. And let's see if he can close down this strikeout. Swing and a miss, and there it is on the 2-2 four-seamer. And now we've got 2 outs. We are just 1 out away from closing this game up. Now the 0-0 count. He's facing off against Corey Dickerson, looking to start a rally for St. Louis and keep this ball game alive for them. Can Lucas Sims go ahead and close this out? It'll be a grounder over to third base. 1-2 count. Another foul tipped ball. 1-2. Ooh, hits him with the curve. And now you've got the time run over at first base and then a base hit up the middle. Nick Senzel taking a little bit of a bad path to the ball. He will finally pick it up. Runners will go to second and third. Actually, the runner will come around home as the throw is in, and he is out by a mile. Ignoring the third base coach, trying to be a hero to tie up the ball game, and you actually effectively end the ball game. And Cincinnati is able to get out of here. Bad base running by St. Louis, and we take the victory here. We do not get swept, and we help battle back in the series, make it a 1-2 loss, which is way better than the sweep. Mahel will be 3-5 on the day. Sims' 14th save, and he had a pretty solid game. 3 strikeouts on 5 walks. Or reading it backwards, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk on the day. So not too many strikeouts here this time around, but keeping the walks, the hits low, and the earned runs low. Now remember I said Matthew Nielsen would be getting his player lock chance. 280 already through the first couple of games at AAA, so I'm glad I made the switch. He's doing better than the catcher that was starting there and not struggling at all. So we will look to see just how good he is. I mean, he's a very good contact catcher. That's also the other problem, too, with his development is that he is a catcher, and you see how well Tyler Stevenson is hitting. So maybe an eventual role as the backup catcher over Knapp, or maybe a potential trade piece to get somebody else better, making it into a really good prospect that maybe we can go get another strong bat for, possibly. But in his first at-bat, he will sit down swinging. In his next at-bat, he'll take the first pitch, line it out to left center field, and sorry about the camera angle here. I was trying to get it right, but it will be an RBI double. Team already up 3-1, and he just makes it 4-1 with that. Great kid, 2 doubles already in his short AAA stint. I want to see him get up to the majors. Like I said, possibly be the backup catcher if Todd Stevenson starts to struggle. Maybe put him in. He's younger, but we'll see what the future holds for Mathewson. He, I think, is the second catcher on the roster in terms of overall. So a call-up is not out of the question. Maybe when we expand to 26-man, a spring training invite, I think is definitely earned, unless he starts to extremely struggle and go under a 100 average here at AAA. Then maybe send him back to AA, but still give him the spring training invite as well. That's just what I see in his future and his plans. This will be a fly out to right field, just caught. So unfortunately, a 1-for-4 day. 2 strikeouts and a double. Not too bad, though. Shouldn't hurt the average at all. And we'll continue to watch him as well as our other minor leaguers. Now, as we go ahead and close this out, when we get into the next episode, we're coming up on the All-Star break. I want to get into it, see if we have any AA or AAA All-Stars. So we will definitely for sure get through the month of June, get through the rest of these games with some critical situations, and maybe get into the All-Star race a little bit. Maybe even play a game against my favorite team, the Yankees. Why not? Go ahead and see what we got against them, as well as maybe some spotlight player games down at AA, AAA. But just trying to get through this season as it's turning into what looks like a bad one, as we are, I think, at 500 now, at 33-33. Yeah, there's a better look. 33-33, 5 games out behind St. Louis now. As the season looks to be turning for worse, we might try to get our way through this a little bit quicker, because this is just year 1. The rebuild hasn't even officially started. I mean, it's kind of officially started with the draft that we just did, but it hasn't even officially started until year 2. So we will look to continue to improve, put ourselves in a pretty decent situation for next year, and then look for the offseason to go ahead and add a couple key pieces to keep going. Now, obviously, the focus after the All-Star break, we probably might take a little bit more of a focus on the minor league system, since that is the future of the team. A couple more player lock games, maybe a little bit less on the full games in episodes, just to get through this first season a little bit quicker. But We will talk about that and hash that out in the next episode. So if you guys are ready for the next episode, hit the like button, subscribe if you're brand new, hit that post notification also so you know when these videos are going out. I'm trying to make this channel just as big and just posting as much over here as we do on the reaction channel. So make sure you guys show love. Always comment feedback down below. It's always very well appreciated. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here for the day, man. It's me, your boy SGG, the King of Games. And I'll catch y'all in the next episode. I'm out.